So continuing on from the last video, all right, I mentioned that the way I worked was I like to make the most dense point, the focal point, and then like go out from there, right? Because to me, the focal point that like it's easier for me to work with the idea of like I want everyone to focus on this. Now, where's that going to sit? Okay, so that's why I had you guys actually start by making the focal point, right? So you don't even have to think about making the focal point anymore because you already have it. It's your post-it note, right? That should be the densest and the most heavily populated part of your drawing. Okay, everything else is going to be more loose, and you're going to feel that that's more natural because you're no longer working with like this big. You now have a piece of paper that's about this big. Okay, you're gonna feel yourself just want to like allow things to loosen up a bit more. All right. Now, so this is the golden ratio, right? And this is how it applies to my drawing. And this is how I also want it to apply to your drawing. Okay. Remember, think the first, this like this, wherever you put your post-it note, that's going to be your dense focal area. So when I tell you to put your post-it note down somewhere, you want to make sure that it's on 1/3 of the paper. It doesn't have to be this one, like this side of the paper. It could be this side right here. It could be this side right here, and or this side right here, right? Notice this is basically just flipped, right? The golden ratio doesn't have to just be one way. Okay, just make sure you put your post-it note on 1/3. Do not put it right in the middle of your page. Okay, it's not going to help you. All right. So let's go ahead and look at the golden ratio on top of these two. Okay, yes, I did warp this one a little bit. However, the golden ratio fits based on whatever size paper you have. Okay, so notice here, golden ratio, right? This swirl, this is supposed to be the focal point right here, but we're not looking here. Okay, we're not looking here at all. We're looking right here, where we're in this like middle 2/3. Why? Because they dropped this girl right in the middle of the picture. Okay, we no longer care about any of the rest of the picture. We just care about the center, right? So what's the point in even having all of this? There's no point, right? So now we look here. Okay, big open area in this 2/3 right here. Big open area, just as the golden ratio says, right? Then it goes around. This area here, a little more dense. We now have the girl in here, right? We now have the girl, but it's still pretty empty. Look at this area, still pretty empty. Then it goes down, gets more dense. You see this little triangle here is really important. It's in focus, and it doesn't necessarily, it's not the person, it's not the focal point, but it's in focus, right? We can actually see the grass here. And then it tightens up. And this is about where we're focused. Okay, we're probably focused more right here. So it's not like a 100% law that it has to be right here, all right? But it's just in the general area. And that's the important part. It's in the general area. Okay, so make sure that you have your focal point in this general area as well. All right, that's what I want you to be thinking about when you are drawing. Okay, just place your post-it note about 1/3 of the way on the paper, and then make like loosen up as you spread out. Loosen up. Okay, use number fives as in the biggest versions, and put more space between them. That doesn't mean create too much space between them. You still want it to look like tightly packed, right? But start to add in a little bit more space and allow your picture to breathe a little more. All right, and that's how you end up with a good composition.